Hi everyone, happy Monday. It's Vickie, Kello, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator from Brisbane. Let's find me. The lag on this is really bad tonight. Okay. Need to move them. I have just started to get really hot. I don't know why. I had a jumper on, I've taken that off. And I've got my long sleeve jammy top on and I'm still hot, hot, hot. Hi Jean, how are you? How is everyone? I went to Sydney last week. I am absolutely rooted. Very, very busy week, but hi Megan. Hunter got braces on today, so he's a bit sore and sorry for himself. And we've already had one break, so we have to phone them tomorrow and work out when we can get back in. So Hunter is sharing his birthday card that he got from the lovely Megan. Dropped it off the other day. He knows how to open it. Oh, this way. He had so much fun showing me when I came home because I was flying home that night. So that is very cool, Megan. Very, very cool. He thinks that it wasn't glued properly. So one's already like fallen off the tooth and a bit loose. And then whilst I was in Sydney, I caught up with the lovely Lucia, who we had breakfast together, and she gave me a card. I'm like, oh, that's lovely, isn't it? Hi, Marie. Dear Vickie, thank you for taking time out of your busy work schedule to meet me for breakfast. I really appreciate it. I'm so lucky to have such a lovely friend like you. Thanks to Stampin' Up in Vegas for that too. Many thanks, Lucia. Oh, isn't that lovely? So that was very nice. So tonight we are going to demonstrate. Hi Janice. We're going to demonstrate the hot foil machine. So I don't know whether you've seen it, you've heard it, there's a lot of talk about it. I went a bit spastic and got quite a few things. So the hot foil machine itself, so it comes with this silicone pad that it sits into. It comes with your power cord. This is a magnetic cord, and I don't think you're going to be able to see that there, and it just clicks into that. When it clicks in, you need to press the button straight away till it beeps. Okay, I've used this 3 times, and do you think I remember that first step? Because if you don't, then you sit here waiting for a lifetime and it doesn't do anything, right? So we'll wait for that to heat up. Hi Kerry. And then it also comes with the hot foil shim, the spacer shim, and the magnetic pickup tool and the other silicone pad. Okay, that's what comes in the box, and that's $280. And if you purchase this before January, Stampin' Up are giving you a free magnetic class around this. So the class is happening not next weekend, the weekend after, but it will be recorded, and if you purchase it after that, you can check the recorded content. Okay, what you need to purchase separately is the foil and the dies. Okay, this magnetic tool is currently out of stock, but when you purchase the hot foil machine, it comes with one. You do not need to buy this separately. So I think people have been buying this thinking that you need to purchase this separately. You don't. It comes in the pack. You might want a spare one, but you don't need it. It comes in it, right? So that's currently out of stock, but if you buy the bundle, it comes with it. The foil comes in gold, silver, and light pink. And you get 2 rolls in the box of foil, right? So that's happening there. I just need to do this quickly so that that's heating up while it's happening. Then you have all the dies. I haven't bought all of them. There's still other ones. So we're going to work on this one first because we get it out. So some of them come in bundles. Some of them just come with dies. Okay. This one is the one we're doing first. So you'll notice on the packaging, it's gold, which means it's a hot foil die. And the die looks slightly different to what it does if it's just a normal die. Okay. So it's more grey type thing, and it's a bit, I don't know, it's a bit of a different texture, but that's what it is. And so when you turn on the machine, it's red. Then, and so as soon as you turn it on, you press the button, then it'll go to like an amber light and it'll beep. You need to then place your die on there with the foil. So we're going to, I've already done it in gold, so I want to try it in pink. So you do need to have the Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine. If you have an old Big Shot, it will not fit. This plate is too wide for the Big Shot. It will not go through. Okay, so this is the foil. Just waiting for that to heat up. It does take 6 to 7 minutes to heat up, and I have the patience of a saint, not. So I'm always really impatient, but I did remember to press the button this time. So hopefully. So you cut your foil to bits. Now, this foil fits on this die. This is a full length die. So you've got to turn it sideways to see it. And you want to try not to crinkle the foil because that could impact your image. Okay. Come on. Do you reckon this has been on for 6 or 7 minutes? So I don't know whether we'll get any cards made, but I'll show you what we're doing. So whilst we're waiting for that to beep, hopefully it's going to beep. I'll show you the other ones now that we've got that ready. Okay, so this is another standalone one. It doesn't come with a, like it's not in a bundle. So you've got the foil dies and then you've got the outlines. So with this one, they're the foil dies and these are the outlines. Okay. With that one. This one comes with the alphabet and then die cutting and numbers and die cutting. So again, it's by itself. There's no bundle. So they're the dies, these are the foil dies. You can tell the difference. Right, I'm just going to, because that has been, hi Sue. And then this one doesn't come with stamps, but this one comes with the masks. So it's got, because when I got my order, I'm like, where are the stamps for this? but it's not. So it comes with, these are the foil dies, these are the die cuts, and then these are the masks to colour in the foil. Yeah, they are quite big, Megan. See now, so that be it a second time then. So now we stick the foil die on. We stick the foil shiny side down and press the button again. And so that is that one. Then it'll go to a green die. So then this one, whilst we're waiting for that to happen, this is the foil and the stamp. Now this is designed, they're not designed to line up, okay? They will go over each other and it's just like a foil accent. It is not designed to line up. They're different shapes, they're different sizes. It is just an accent over the piece. They're not designed to line up, okay? So don't think, oh my God, they've stuffed up. No, it's designed that way, that this is the stamp and this is the foil. There's no dies with this one as such. They're the hot foil dies, but it doesn't cut out the leaves individually. Okay. Then this one, we've got Echoes of Detail. Now this is a bundle, and so when you purchase the bundle, you save 10%. And so you've got the stamps that will do these as well, plus then the hot foils. Again, there's essentially no dies in this that cut out this. It's just the hot foil images with that one. This one, oh, so now that's bit again. So now we put our, oh crap, where did I put my cardstock? Where did I put all my cardstock that I cut up ready for this? I've lost it all. Can you see cardstock? Oh, here, it's right in front of me. Okay, so we put the piece of cardstock over the top. Then we put the hot foil shim. Then we put the spacer. And then we get our Stampin' Cut and Emboss, and we unplug it and then transfer this to our Stampin' Cut and Emboss and roll it through. Now roll it through quite slowly. You don't have to go back and forth, but if you want, you could get a better image. Going back and forth, it's more about the pressure and the slowness, making sure that you get an even image rather than rushing through it. Okay, now it is warm to touch, okay? You may burn yourself if you are touching things. Now, oh, I just got static. This is quite cool. It's warm. It's not cool, but it's warm. And because my cardstock is smaller than my thing, I've now got foil on my thing. You can get this off, but it's not going to transfer anywhere else. Okay. If you're using a bigger piece of cardstock, you won't have that issue. And then the design of this, because this die is quite hot, is to pick this up, kind of put on here. Now, I find with this one especially, because this is a big heavy die, I bring the silicone mat close and kind of drag it on there. With the smaller dies, this has enough pressure to do that. But with the bigger one, you just need to, I think, help it along a little bit. Okay. After each one, you need to reheat it and do that process again. Okay. So this gives you that beautiful pink foil on there. And then I've done one in gold. See, so when you use a sheet like that, you don't get any of this. To me, this says I've just used it. But you can apparently get this off with something. But anyway. So, because I've cut that. That's where that little bit's come from. Now, you don't throw this away because you can use this. There's still a whole heap of foil on there. Okay, you store them till you're ready to use them, but do not throw them away. So I've had a bit of practice with this because my first go is over the weekend. This is that. So now I've used all the foil except for this little bit here, but I've used all the foil on that. My first go was this and it wasn't great. My second go was this and it was better, but it wasn't amazing because some of this foil is missed here because I did it on the first go. Okay, so I'll show you what I do then for the reverse image. Is plug it back in, press your button. Now, for the reverse image, you are not going to have your die plate underneath, so you need to have some shims. So I had a black bit of cardstock because this grey plate here is gridded. If you don't have anything underneath it, you will get an image of that. Okay, and then we have foil down, and I find it is best to do this now whilst it's heating up. When you get more heat on it, that is better. Heat the whole lot this time. Now, this time I'm going to stick it on the black. And we're going to stick a shim on it. I'm just going to leave this one off because I find when you do the second step, the machine needs to register some sort of weight difference, and I think that's it knowing, because it's got a sensor in it that if you haven't used it for like 10 minutes or so, it turns itself off. But the dies are quite weighty, so I find if you've done the second step, it won't move on without changing the weight of the machine, if you get what I mean. So we're just going to do this. Hopefully this works, because you know when you're on camera and live, nothing ever works as well. But did everyone have a good week? Now this is different to embossing because this is flat. Embossing gives you a bit of a raised image and things, but this is flat. And so we've currently got the foils in colours gold, silver and pink. But there will be additional colours coming. This is the slowest bit. So I don't know, in all honesty, how this would work in a class environment, like in an in-person class. It could be that I demonstrate and show everybody in person, but actually having them do it themselves, it would be very time consuming, because after each use of this, it's got to heat up and do that whole process again. So you can actually use that large plate that you just used with the flat side to your foil. I thought you had to use shims too. And did that initially using backing paper from our DSP and got the print from that on my lovely green plate. So using the plate was much better. Oh, that's an idea, Cheryl. Right, so that's bibbed. So now if I put this on there, there's a weight difference. Press that again. I just find, I don't know whether it's just my machine or not, but it just seems to be a bit finicky with the weight process on there. So I'll bring my big shot back here, or my Stampin' Cut and Emboss. Okay. So I do have the, what is it? The Big Shot Switch Plus, which is an A4 electronic cutting machine. And I can confirm this does go through it. However, if you purchase this and you use non-Stampin' Up products, you will void your warranty. You get a 12-month warranty with this. So if you purchase this and choose to use an electronic die cutting machine or something else, then be aware that your warranty will be voided. It doesn't fit in the old Big Shot. This platform is too wide to fit into the old Big Shot by about 1/4 inch. So you do need to have the Stampin' Cut and Emboss, or I think the Sizzix Pro. How come I've not seen this said machine? That beer so thing, I got it for my 40th. I use it to do class preps and stuff like that. Megan, I don't bring it out and use it on video, obviously. So I'm just running that through. And I'm gonna run it backwards. I was hoping to have a bit more of a play with this yesterday, but I woke up with a migraine yesterday and didn't get out of bed until, I got zapped again. Got out of bed until lunch. So, and then the last thing I felt like doing was coming in here and crafting. So we're learning a bit on the fly. Okay. So we can take that off. So that was just my practice piece, and that's just to get the, so the grid doesn't show through. Right. And then this piece can then come off the black, and how pretty is that? So this is the image, and this is the reverse of the image. Now that would probably work better on white. It might not be so dark and stuff, but I just wanted to show you the difference between black and white. Now it does say in the instructions that this works best with two-tone cardstock because it's just a bit smoother. This is normal black Stampin' Up cardstock. It's not two-tone. I don't have two-tone black cardstock, so I use that, and that shows up beautifully on there. Right. So then I'm going to do, so that's now essentially finished. If you want, you could leave those little foil bits there and try and foil some of these, where have I got them? These sentiments, because that would fit across some of these sentiments and stuff like that. So you could do that. But this is one die. So I want to do this. So let's put this one away. I am very warm. I don't know that we'll get to any cards, but I thought I'd just show, because there's been a few people showing and I haven't had a chance to show because I was in Sydney when it came out. So you get the foil and then the die cut and foil in one go. Okay, so we'll show this. Oh. I can get that off. Okay, pop that up there. Okay, so we're going to have to turn this back on, press the button. I'm going to put my pink foil away because I've done pink now. And you get 2 rolls in each. So I think, I can't remember, I think it was $21. I was a bit surprised when it came and they were this small and going, that doesn't fit on a normal card front like that, like it only just. but if it's an American die, it won't fit. So you need to twist it and go like that. But that's all right. Because that first die that I showed you fits American card bases, which are shorter and fatter than ours. Okay, so I'm going to use the silver this time. Maybe I need to take my slippies off. I wasn't as cold in Sydney as I thought. I bought an extra jacket and everything, and I didn't even bloody wear the thing. But mainly because it was, I'm going to throw this out because I'm going to get that everywhere. Oh, maybe I won't. I'll keep that and I'll use that for single pieces. What was I going to say? Because it was raining most of the time while I was down there. All right, let's do this on white. And let's cut this. Now that one fits that whole piece, so we don't have to turn it the other way. Now, I don't think the reverse of this would work very well. It's a bit like the people doing the reverse of the dry embossing, when you've got letters on a embossing folder. That obviously doesn't work well. It works well with images, but when you do the debossed version of that, you can't do debossing with letters on a embossing folder. So I'm assuming the same would happen here. Okay, so now we need to put the die on and have that shiny side down, and because there's a weight difference, that'll be fine. And this time my cardstock piece is bigger than my foil, so I should definitely not end up with any more foil on my green shim. So when I checked just before going live, the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine is on low inventory. So if you have not purchased one previously, that is on low inventory. This is in stock, but so this is $280. But you need to, the machine, the power cord, and the silicone mats and this tool is what comes for that $280. On top of that, you do need to purchase the foil itself and then the dies that you would like to use. But you will get your 10% Stampin' Rewards, so then you can use that to purchase your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine if you want, or the other way around. So if you purchase a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, then you can use the rewards from that to then purchase the hot foil. Okay, so that's now there. So we put that on the shim and that, and then I'm bringing this in, unplug the cord, lift it up, try not to move it, and then run that through. Now, you don't have to run it back through like I am. I don't have any room on this side. I don't know whether you can see from the camera, but there is so much crap there that I can't actually get the plates out that way. So that's why I run it back through, so I can pull it out the front again. Now, when you lift this off, so that is warm to touch. That is on there. And then here, I have my die over here, but this picks this up much better than that first die, and then this button is what releases it. That first die is quite heavy, and I just find that this tool doesn't have the strength to do it all on its own. So I lift it I kind of drag and lift at the same time. All right, so that's going to stay there. Then you pull this off. There. We'll just pop that over to the side there. Now, when you've got this die, I need my plates. So then when you line up this die, you have these two foil square boxes here. That is to line up your die so that you have perfect alignment. Okay, I'm going to need to get my plates because I didn't get them. Alright, so line them up, those two squares. Now you can use a post-it note, you can hold your tongue the right way and pray that it doesn't move, or what? I'm going to do the latter and hold my tongue the right way. I'm going to run it back through again this way, only because I can't get them out the back. Let me just pop this to the side so that you can then see me pull this apart. Okay, so then that has... Oh, it moved slightly when I pulled it back through the second time because that hello moved. So probably don't move it back through the second time because the die slightly moves. Or put a post-it note on it. I wouldn't do that. So I've lost one, but the rest will line up. So one go through of the foil and one go through of the die cutting, and I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11 sentiments. So that's pretty cool, and they're all different shapes and sizes and stuff. So like that. One go round. The foil bits certainly do help that line that up. Where am I going to put that? All right, the other thing, they do say not to run it back. Yes. If I had more room on my desk, I wouldn't do that, Anita. But I have no room on my desk. Okay, so they're going to go over there, here. The other thing I wanted to show was with this gold one, we'll do it because I've got a bit more room. Then you can change the look of this with some blending. So I've just chosen some colours. Melon Mambo, Gorgeous Grape and Daffodil Delight. I've got a blending brush for each. And so then what you want to do when you do this is you want to choose colours that blend well together. So like green and red are going to make brown type thing. So you don't want to have those colours together. But these colours look alright. And this is quite smooth to go over because it's flat, whereas when you heat emboss, it's more of a raised image. This is really quite flat. And so then that changes I'm just going to put these away over here. And then whilst this is cooling down, it's best to like not put it away until it's cool, like leave it in its little case there to cool down. And then you can chop this. Love it to chop it. So whilst I'm making this, is there anything else that anyone wants to see on this that they've not seen yet that they want somebody to try? Do you need to wipe over with a tissue to get rid of the ink off the foil? It's not really transferring to my fingers. Let me... It does come a bit off. Let me get a clean piece. Nah, didn't really come off. On there, right, I don't like that bottom bit. So now what does that? Let's do that. Now I have to rejig my measurements. So that is, what, 5 1/4. We are going to go half. You could use that strip on something. Let's pop this away. And then I've got a normal card base here. Oh, my cord is stuck in my drawer. Probably not a good thing. So it does cut down to correct. Yes. It does cut down to correct for us. Like this is a normal card front. Like that's bigger than that. It's just this was my first try and it wasn't as good. I was going through, when I first did it, I was going through a bit quick. So if you get slower, you get a better image. Whereas this bit down the bottom here that I cut off, I didn't like because it wasn't a good coverage. It was missing bits. So it does fit a normal card front because this we could stick on there. Let's do all these 3 cards. We just won't have any sentiments on them. We'll make them all cards. Okay. And then make sure that's the right way. Isn't that stunning? So there's that one. This one we'll have to cut down. This one we'll have to cut down. So this will stick on a black card front. As well. Oh, that's stunning. And then this one, we might, I think we might stick this on black, then white. So let's trim that down. We'll layer this one up. just because of the thickness of that. So then that becomes 4 1/4. Have you tried cutting it yet? Does it come off the blade? This is a cutting the foil here. It hasn't come on the blade. I guess I'm finding out. It, as far as I know, it hasn't come off on there. And it certainly hasn't like left marks. I am cutting it foil side up, so I'm not having foil side down on my trimmer. That might be a different story. All right, so black. On the white. There, and then 2 more card bases. 1 and 2. So foiling is not a new thing. This is not exclusive to Stampin' Up. This machine, they've worked with Spellbinders. What is that black thing there? I might have just killed a bug on my... burnt a bug on my hot foil machine. We've worked with Spellbinders. Ours is released first. Apparently Spellbinders are releasing something later. But it is not exclusive. What is exclusive to Stampin' Up is the fact that we still have stamps that go with the hot foil. A lot of other companies that do foil don't have stamps. I don't know which way that goes. They only have the dies. Right, and then that one. So there's 3 different versions of the same hot foil die with different color foil. So this is the image and then this is the reverse of the image. So this is the what they call the waste. Making sure that you use it because the foil is not cheap, right? I think it's $21 for this box and you get 5 inches by 5 yards. So, and you get 2 of them. So you get 10 yards, which is nearly 10 meters. So it's 9 point, because it's 4.6, 9.2 meters of foil for $21. Okay, so it's not cheap, so you don't want to be wasting any of it then. So this is the image that the hot foil die is designed for, and then this is the waste, and then this is the hot foil, and I've just blended it as a background. Made 3 cards. I haven't put any sentiments on them or anything, but there is lots and lots to choose from. And just because it's in a bundle doesn't mean you have to purchase the bundle. So this bundle is this one. Where did I put that? Where are the dies for that? Here. This. So this and this is the bundle. Originally, I was just going to buy this because I'm like, this is just flower stamps. Do I need another flower stamp? You can just purchase the sentiments, right? That they don't even correlate. So this is just images, and then this is sentiments. So they, you don't have to purchase them together. When you do purchase the bundle together, you do save 10%. Okay, so that is that bundle. So they're the dies that I cut, that I stuffed up one of them, but they're those. See, I do have a little bit of foil on my hands. I'm a little bit shiny. So I think if you keep rubbing over it, you might get a little bit transfer because I'm a bit glittery. But yeah, that's one bundle. Again, this is another bundle which to me makes no sense, but so you could purchase, I just wanted the frames and things, but I did purchase the stamp as well, because then I'm like, oh, maybe I'll want it later and I should save 10% when I do it. But these frames would be amazing, because with these frames here, again, the hot foil, I was like, where is it? The hot foil, you can tell they're different dies. They're more like, they're thicker and they're a different style. These are all hot foil, and then these will cut them out. They're the normal dies. Okay, so it will hot foil the outside of your dies, so you get a nice little border with them. That will look really cool. It doesn't correlate with this stamp set at all, but you can purchase it if you want. But I think they're a must, and I think these are a must. The thing that I thought I purchased, I didn't, is there is a spotty background, like a dots, and it hot foils the dots. I didn't purchase that. I thought I did, but as you can see, I've purchased enough. And have I played with them all? No, I have not. So this one is the one we used. It comes on its own. They are a little bit heavy, so they're a bit weighty. Then this is the other bundle. Now this one somewhat correlates, right? At least there's a brick stamp with a brick background. They're not the same way, but it somewhat correlates a little bit. But again, you don't have to purchase the bundle. You could just do the hot foil dies if you like. This one is a bundle, but they don't go together. If I show you, like, they don't line up at all. You just need to be aware of that, okay? Because that leaf image is enormous and the die is not as big, okay? There is no amount of putting that on, whichever way, it's going to line up. It's not designed to, okay? And this doesn't actually cut out so at all. It will just foil, and it will foil the outline, and then this stamps. So there's that one as well. I've seen some really pretty cards with that. Now this one, I do believe you have to purchase the bundle, okay? Because you've got the hot foil dies, you've got the die cuts, and then this is the masks to colour them in, okay? If you want, you could just blend like I blended the background before, but with the masks, you can get different colours and line them all up and have different colour butterflies with different layers and things like that. It really makes it. So this one, I do believe you have to purchase the bundle, okay? So would you stamp first or foil first with the leaf one? You could do either. Most times people are stamping first and then foil after. But you can do either, because you can just foil and just have foils in the background and use different leaves. You don't even have to have this leaf. So again, you don't have to purchase the bundle. You could just do this. But I've seen a number of cards where they stamp first and then foil over. That. And then these, I need to have a bit more play with these, because I want to know how this would work, because it's one big alphabet die, right? And it'll look good. I've seen people make cards with it, with just this as the focal image on the card. But I want to have a bit of time to play and stuff, how it would work if I want to do my name, because I have 2 eyes in my name and things like that. Like, how would it work? And I don't know yet. Whether you can do names or whether you have it as one die piece and that's it. It's not designed for individual letters. But I've seen some people do like some scrapbook pages and use this as titles and headings and do individual letters. I just don't know how much of a pain in the ass that would be. So I want to have a bit of a play with that, and obviously I haven't had a chance. And then the last one I got was this with the more of a like a scripty font, and so it's got the foil and then these die cuts cut out the background. So, and these ones are individual. So I believe in this case you would foil first, then die cut. Because you can at least then line the die cut piece up to the foil writing and then put your post-it note or something over it to hold it in the spot. So you would foil first, then this. But this doesn't have the blocks that the first sentiment one does, because you're doing it individually. Because it's hard to line things up on there. Are you saying if you don't know? It would cut out single letters. I'm pretty sure it would cut out single letters. I've seen it foil single letters. It would have to cut out single letters. I just don't know how much of a pain in the butt it would be to do that for a title, because if I want Vickie, can I just do single, like 2 single eyes, or would it be easier to foil the whole lot and just have all these other letters there when I want 3 E's? And so every time I do an E, I have to do another letter, another whole run through. And same with numbers type thing. I don't know. I'll have to get a bit more practice with it. But that is the hot foil system. I hope I showcased it well, and that you may have learnt something that you haven't seen from anybody else. And not to do what I do, and not that it's the end of the world, but you can see that it's well used. Now I need to find my packaging for the other one, but that's my show and tell for tonight. Where is the empty packaging? Up there. So hopefully you'll love it, but you do need the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine because it is too wide for the big shot. And if you purchase it before January, I'm pretty sure, Stampin' Up are giving you a free class. So do not purchase the class separately. I've had some people that I know have purchased the class separately. The class comes with the hot foil machine until January, after which point they will stop selling the class. And then if you want the class, you'll have to purchase it separately. But the class from Stampin' Up directly comes free with the machine if it's purchased before January. So hopefully you enjoyed that. If you've got any other questions, let me know. Hopefully I can answer them. I haven't had too much of a play, but I did have a little bit of a play so that I can demonstrate and see what we can make going forward. But hope you all have a good week, and I'll see you next week.